right, something that will make spring improvement projects a little more palatable. A glass of wine. And we're not just tasting this morning, we are getting an education on how to better understand wine with my friend here, Hailey Bohlman. She has the wine education website, Cork Fizz. And this is not the first time we spoke to you. We are so glad to have you back because I like how you make it so approachable. You don't have to be snooty about it. We're learning about it, and I love that.
Exactly. I think wine, like a lot of people can find it intimidating, but it's really just meant to be fun, and that's what I like to share with my education, my wine tastings.
Exactly, and like I say, sharing is caring. Exactly. So, all right, when talking about wines, what are the main things we need to look for?
So when I go through my wine tasting, I always go with like the 4-step process.
Okay.
Super simple. You're gonna look, smell, taste, and think.
Okay.
But the part that a lot of people get stuck on and feel like they can't do is the smelling part.
Okay, so
that's what I thought I'd work through with you.
Let's do it. I'm here for it. Okay.
All right. So the first thing about smelling wine, keep in mind, there's no wrong answer.
Okay.
All right. We're just doing this for fun, and you're just going to try your best. So the first step we go through, believe it or not, isn't actually smelling the wine. You're going to swirl it first. And this might just look fancy, right? But the other thing is it opens up the wine and brings out more aroma. You're actually going to get more. So you can either do it up in the air if you feel pretty confident. My other trick, if you're worried about spilling, you can do it on like a table and just move that bottom part in a small circle.
Depends on how much wine I've had.
Yeah, exactly, and how full your glass is. So this way you get a nice swirl without spilling.
Ooh, and I also thought that you just did that to look and see if like it
yes,
ran down
the
the side
legs
of
are
the
nice
cup.
too as well, but you actually are doing it to open that wine up as well to get the aroma.
So we smell?
So now we smell, and instead of like trying to come up with a million things, all I'm gonna have you do is tell me, does it smell fruity? Yes or no?
No? Is that the right answer?
You're totally fine, either one. Like I said, there's no wrong
fruity.
answer. Okay,
Smells
that's
like
fine.
wine.
So we're gonna go to our next step. So one thing you'll see, Amity and I keep looking at this wine tasting guide that I have here. I give this out at all of my wine tasting classes, and it's also available on my website. It always helps to have aromas in front of you.
Okay.
So you don't have to like guess off the top of your head.
All right, so I can
instead, try to pick something out. What's something that's kind of calling to you from our
fig.
list? I like
fig
it.
or raisin,
There we go. See, that's a little bit of fruit in there. You got it.
Okay, it's fig. Fig's a fruit.
Right. Okay. The other trick, if you're kind of still unsure on the fruit, you can do an either or.
Okay.
So I like to pull out 2 different smelling fruits. So maybe like cherry versus like a blackberry or plum.
Okay,
maybe.
blackberry or fig.
There you go. See, you already picked one out. And you're like, no, not cherry. It's got more of that blackberry in it.
Okay.
Exactly. And then you can also get other things besides fruit. So some of the things on the list here, we've got like spice and herbs.
I have had wine that has a bit of a sage vibe to it
that'll
sometimes.
happen. And maybe we'll find that with the white. I find that a lot with some white wines. You might also get some things from being in contact with oak. That's things like vanilla or coconut. A lot of red wine will have that coming through, or coffee.
All right.
Yeah.
So when do we get to taste it?
You are more than welcome to taste it whenever.
Try it.
Yes, please do.
Oh.
And you might actually get a few more aromas when you taste it as well. You're kind of opening it up.
I feel like when I tasted it, the blackberry came out more because I had blackberry in the brain.
Yes, there you
go.
go.
So it's a mind thing, huh?
It really is. You'll notice that a lot of times it's not until someone says something where you're like, oh wait, yeah, I get that, because you're more like you're getting primed and you're thinking of that smell in your head.
And I assume you get better at it as you do it more and you practice more, like with anything.
Absolutely. This is something where like we were never taught how to distinguish smells. So why would you be good at it right away?
So it seems like you can definitely do this with a bold red wine, but I also notice you've got a sparkling wine here
let's give
too.
it a
so
try.
does that actually work as well?
Exactly.
All right,
Same steps. Do the little swirl, give a smell, and you're going to start. Does it smell fruity? Do you get any fruit coming through?
I do. I get almost a floral scent too.
Ooh, I like that. See?
I used a fancy word.
Nice. And then so again, we go into the fruit and you're like, okay, what kind of fruit? How can I name this? So again, you could go like.
I like having the words here because I'm getting like, maybe like a pineapple, kiwi.
Yeah, I like it.
Pineapple, kiwi.
I might say a little bit of strawberry in there as well.
I have a question though.
Sure.
When we're describing the smells, it's not that there is pineapple and kiwi in this, correct? Can we just like clear that one out?
Absolutely. I had that same question when I started learning about wine. That is not actually in there. It's actually chemical reactions that have been created during the fermentation process that create these different aromas. And there are actually some chemicals in there that are in other things that we smell. So like, have you ever smelled bell pepper in wine?
No, but
Okay.
I will look out for it now.
Yeah, Cabernet Franc is really well known for it, and that's
that's
and Sauvignon Blanc sometimes too, actually, but more the old world, like from
Okay.
France.
Okay.
That has a little bit of that bell pepper. That is also like a chemical found in bell pepper.
Okay. I really like the bubbles. I really like the smell, and again, when you smell it, it does even have like a fruitier
It
taste
does,
on the
yeah.
palate. Ooh.
Smelling it just lets you enjoy it a little bit more.
I mean, I could just enjoy this all day, actually.
I mean, yeah.
All right, we've got about a minute left. Let's move
All
to
right,
the white.
got to get to our last one. Our favorite one here. We
Ooh,
got a
that
Sauvignon
smells-
Blanc.
Oh, I like that. So she knows this is my favorite wine.
I knew what to bring.
Oh,
All right,
my
what do we
goodness.
think? We gave it a swirl. What are you smelling? What's standing out to you? Anything
It's
in
got
particular?
everything I need.
You're like, it's just my favorite wine.
Apple,
I like it.
maybe some pear.
See, you're an
It
expert
speaks
at
to me.
wine
It
already.
says, "I'm your friend." What? I love it. Let me taste it. Oh, that's nice.
Right?
It's very light. It is very light, and I like that. But I have to say, I'm amazed at how taking the time to smell and think of the words to describe it really helped me enjoy it more.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to help you in the future, too, because you're going to be able to pick out things that you like. So then when you go to a wine shop and ask for a wine, you can say, you know what, I really like wines that have, fig, blackberry, and vanilla in them. And they're going to be able to find you a wine.
That is what. Cheers to you. Thank you so much once again, and for explaining how this all works.
Yeah.
I'm glad I had someone to trust
Yeah.
to ask all these questions. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.